my friends. Welcome to Aslan Speaks. This is an episode about spiritual healing. And before I begin, disclaimer, not a doctor, seek professional help. This is educational and this is my opinion. So before I begin, I want to stress about that there's so much things in this world that we're not aware of. And our modern science only treats one aspect of our health, and that's the body. Well, I pose that there's another aspect of our health, and that's spiritual health. A lot of mental issues or negative patterns in our life is because of spiritual issues. Somewhere along the line, you or other people unplugged from source or from God or the divine within yourself. And I'm saying this, if you want to have a really healthy life, learn to tap into the divine within yourself. Reclaim your power. Know that you're powerful, because it's scientifically proven that like 80 or 90% of ailments are mental ailments that manifest, and that through your own mental power, you manifest them into physical ailments. Because your thoughts are powerful. If you dwell on, hey, this and this and this is always bad or hurting, then you manifest that into physical symptoms. Change your thinking, change your life. Now, so I want to dive deep, guys, because I've come across so many people in my life that feel lost or unsure of themselves. And a lot of it, basic truth is that they haven't tapped into their own divineness. They haven't found God or source or universal consciousness, whatever you want to call it. And I suggest you guys find a spiritual program that resonates with you. Maybe it's meditation. Maybe it's just praying. Maybe it's Buddhism, or I don't know if I said that right, or Taoism, or whatever it is. Find something spiritual or your own practice that makes you feel happy and healthy. So I want to begin with the root chakra. The root chakra is at the base of the spine. It's the red chakra. It deals with survival. It is blocked by fear. A lot of people in this world are operating out of fear-based thinking. Oh, they're not going to love me. They don't, so you chase after them. Like if I don't give to them, then our relationship's going to fail. You're coming out of fear. And it gets blocked by fear. It's a survival mechanism. You're fearful. You're fearful that you're not obtaining that money, or that fancy car, or that perfect ideal partner. You got to let all that fear go. What makes you fearful? Think about it. Take a time and think about what makes you fearful and learn to let it go. Don't let your fear control you. Instead of being fearful, be fearless. Fear holds you back, guys. Fear is a lower vibration. It's a lower energy, so it keeps you in a lower vibrational state. Second chakra, the sacral chakra, right there. It's the orange chakra. It deals with pleasure. And it's blocked by guilt. That when you do certain things in your life and you're awake, maybe you had that one night stand or something, and you wake up and you're like, man, I feel guilty about that. Or you did something, maybe you wronged a person, maybe you lied and manipulated a person, and then that voice in the back of your head's like, man, you should have never done that. That was wrong of you. That's guilt. A lot of us do it, even when we tell white lies. That's guilt. You block it. You block that chakra by guilt, or seeking pleasure in bad ways. When maybe you go out and binge drink all night long or whatever, and you wake up in the morning, you're like, man, I knew I should never done that. And then you constantly battling your mind of the things that you did in your life that you're feel guilty about. So you gotta realize, take a look within and be like, look at all the things that you've done that makes you feel guilty. And what you do is, hey, I will never do those things again. And you take the actions necessary to make sure that you never do those things again. The yellow chakra, the solar plex chakra, right there. The solar plex chakra deals with willpower. You know, it deals with that drive within you. Do you lack drive? Are you lazy? Do you procrastinate a lot? You know, that's blocked by shame. You know, do you do things that you were ashamed of? We've all been there, you know, where we've done something to somebody or did something and we're like, I'm not proud of that. You know, so you know, so if you're lacking drive, you're lacking ambition, maybe it's your solar plex chakra is blocked. Now, my favorite chakra, the heart chakra, deals with love. All right, guys, I'm gonna take a little tangent on this one. If you always come from the heart chakra, your life will be amazing. And it's love. Your heart chakra is the green chakra and deals with love, loving thoughts, positive thoughts, and that radiates outward. And you have a vibrant, very powerful magnetic field or an auric field around you. And that's why when you come across certain people in life, you're like, hey, there's something about this person. You know, you walk into a room and just everybody looks at them and they're like, hey, there's something special about this person. Maybe it's because they've done the soul work to come from a loving place or to awaken their energetic field or vibrational frequency or their auric field to a high enough standard that they radiate light. They have a strong auric field. And on a subconscious level, most people could pick up on that. And it's because somewhere, like, you know, you see a lot of very good-hearted people or people that, not necessarily spiritual nature, but are just really loving and compassionate and kind. You just notice, hey, there's something about them. When they speak, you just get drawn to them. Because everything's energy, guys. If you're in your root chakra, fear-based, you're in a lower vibrational state, lower auric field. You know, when you're in a lower vibration or negative thinking or negative emotions, you are a magnet for negative people and toxic things. But when you raise your vibrational frequency or unblock your chakras, you become magnetic of positivity and you bring that to you. And then you attract more positive people and places and things in your life. You know, when you always think positive, you know, like coming from a heart chakra, and if you open up your heart chakra, your life changes. You start thinking loving thoughts. Every action and deed that you do is loving. And so I want to talk about evil for a second. What is evil? Evil is when someone does an action or deed that is without a lack of love. You know, maybe a certain partner in your life did something that destroyed you. What it was because they didn't love you. They did it out of a lack of love. They were selfish. You know, also, I've come across people in this world who talk about, hey, I feel unloved. Nobody loves me. Nobody wants me. Or I can't love people. I don't feel love. You know, I only, what it is, something along the lines, you blocked off that heart center. You blocked off your heart chakra. Because so many people maybe did certain bad things to you, or so many people did evil things to you with lacking love. And so you didn't want to feel no more. Because that hurt, that pain was so powerful and intense that you didn't want to deal with it, so you blocked it off. And now you blocked it off, and now you can't feel that love. So you got to go within and heal your spiritual centers, your chakras. And the heart chakra deals with grief. You know, the lost loved one, the lost family member, that lost connection that you shared with somebody. And over time, when you lose, it breaks you inside, and you don't want to feel that loss of love. So you shut that center off because you're grieving. Well, you have to face your fears. You got to face your inner demons and realize what makes you grieve, And then awaken your heart center. Be loving. Because when you start becoming loving and you're truly honest and loving to other people, then you attract truly loving, honest people, guys. Like, no, because nobody can fix you. Nobody can fix you. Like, I have this, like, some people call it the savior complex. And so many times, like, I get into a relationship and with somebody, and I'm just a genuine loving person. So I give and give, and I just pour out my love through my actions and deeds to people. And then, boom, they're gone. Like, they're, they soak up my love and they're gone or they fill up that hole within them with my love. And then they think they're good and they move on. But guess what? When they leave, that void's still there. That blockage is still there. So you got to learn to deal with that grief. Yep. Unblock your heart chakra. The fifth chakra, the throat chakra. And that deals with truth. And it's blocked by lies, speaking mistruths or white lies. So that's why a lot of people have issues with being inspired to speak or to do creative things, because your throat chakra is blocked. Because let's face it, there are evil people out there, or not necessarily evil, but people that took the wrong path in life, and in that path, they manipulated and lied their way through life. They told people certain things, about themselves, and then it was all a lie. They wore masks. You have to take off the masks. Stop pretending to be somebody you're not. So you hang out in a certain group and they're this way, so you pretend to be like that group, and then you hop into another group and then you pretend to be like this group. Be your authentic self, guys. That is the most powerful thing that you could do, is when you step into your authenticity and just be you. It's a very powerful thing. Why try to be like other people? Or find yourself, and if you don't know who you are, then it's time to find out who you are. Find out who you are, my friends. So that deals with lies. Stop lying. Stop manipulating. Stop trying to get one over on other people. Stop using people. Like me, I see through people who do the poor, pitiful me act. And what's the poor, pitiful me act? Oh, my car is about to break. I can't afford this. I can't feed myself. And it's all despair and sadness, and I don't know what to do. I'm lost. Well, guys, for those who are in despair and lack, who are always having that bad relationship and people leave them, like you can't keep a friendship, that maybe you some people out there who have friends for a couple of weeks and then they ghost them, or their person they thought loved them disappears on them. It is you. You're the problem. If you have a repeating cycle of people in your life who disappear on you, it's because, in a way, you're pushing them away through your thoughts and actions and deeds. If you lie all the time, you manipulate, you just say things to try to get something out of them, or to allow them back into your life, but you're not. But then you say one thing, but then you go do another thing. It's the despair and sadness, and the reason you got so much loss and negativity in your life is because you were bringing it into your life. You are magnets. If you stay in the lower energy or lower vibrational field, or being a negative person, if you're doing toxic things all the time, thinking toxic thoughts, doing toxic actions, or doing things against your moral compass, or hanging out with toxic people who encourage you to do certain substances and stuff, and to do things in your lower nature, you're attracting that to you. So change your thinking, change your actions, raise your vibrational frequency, clear out your emotional wounds, deal with the pain and hurt inside yourself. When you learn to get rid of those negative traits, stop lying, and you speak the truth, it goes 100 miles away, or it goes so far in life. And that's why there's certain people out there that just radiate awesomeness, because they worked on themselves. They did that inner work to heal themselves so that all that lower negative energy doesn't bother them no more. They're not fearful. They have that willpower to succeed and be successful in life. They don't have to lie or manipulate because they're strong enough to just achieve everything themselves. You guys, humans, are powerful. Know your power. Come from your heart center. Unblock that grief and become loving. Do loving actions. And also speak truth. Unblock your throat chakra. Stop lying and manipulating and using people. Or bending the truth. Stop doing the poor, pitiful me. Say, yes, this bad thing happens to me, but guess what? I choose not to let that control me or dictate my life. And from here on out, I'm going to rise above. Now, one of my other favorite chakras, the Third Eye Chakra. It's the center of your forehead, basically. They call it the purple chakra or the Indigo Chakra. And that's all to do with your insight or inner vision. And it is blocked by illusions. So when you tell yourself false truths over and over, and you lie to yourself over and over because you don't want to face the truth about your life, then your inner vision or your third eye chakra gets blocked. And you won't be able to see, you can't see the truth. In the Bible, it talks about ears to hear and eyes to see. And it basically talks about spiritual eyes. You can see with your inner vision, inner insight. And that's what makes me so powerful, guys, because I don't just see with this physical world with my two eyes, but I see people with my inner vision, my third eye. And I can know when they're lying. I know when they're telling mistruths. I know when they're hurting and sad inside. I know when they're wearing a mask and they're pretending to be somebody they're not. So it deals with delusion. So it's time for you guys to heal. And also one of the things about fluoride calcifies your pineal gland. Your third eye is your pineal gland, and it's actually scientifically proven that the pineal has the same cones and rods just like your physical eyes, but it's inside your brain. So it's time to do the inner healing. Lastly, the Crown Chakra deals with cosmic energy. And it's blocked by ego attachment. What is ego? The ego is like the 7 deadly sins: greed, lust, gluttony. If you're greedy, you don't care who you hurt to attain that temporary wealth or whatever, then you're blocking your crown chakra in a way. So guys, human beings are like a battery. There's a positive and negative. Oh, lost that. So, yeah, I was using tape. So, anyway, you guys gotta learn to heal yourselves. And I got a channel or episode on this channel all about inner healing. But I just want to talk briefly about the block chakras. And I'm not expert on this. I might make things wrong. But learn to do the inner healing, guys. You heal yourself, you cleanse yourself, and then magical things happen. A lot of people get toxic partners, have toxic behaviors. They're addicted to certain substances, have a lot of lack and despair in their life. And it's because you haven't worked on yourself. You look outside yourself for people to have the answers. Where you need to look within. You got to do the actions and change your life. I got an episode about how to better your life. Check that out. But all I want to talk about basically about this is you got to do spiritual healing as well, guys. You got to do that inner work. You got to heal the inner demons within you. You know, and then so how to unblock your chakras. First, you got to analyze all those emotional wounds that are inside you, all those inner demons, so to speak, and you got to face them. What caused them? Who caused them? Did you cause them? And then you got to forgive yourself. So forgiveness is one of the coolest things. Learn to be like, hey, I forgive myself for doing this. I forgive myself for doing that. And then also learn to forgive others as well. And also, if you wronged others, if you hurt others, if you traumatize others, if you cause emotional wounds in other people, then you got to reach out and ask them for forgiveness and acknowledge your actions and deeds. So, yeah, guys, I don't know, but I pose the idea that there's more than just the physical aspects of healing, that there's spiritual healing. So try a chakra awakening or unblock chakra clearing meditations. You know, start living a healthy lifestyle. Surround yourself with healthy, loving people. If you hang out with really strong auric or energy people who are aligned from their heart space and stuff, you start becoming like that. You know, I had a case where recently, or not recently, but a couple months ago, where a person came to me, and let's just say they weren't very, or their auric field was more in their lower state or lower nature. And then just being around me for days on end, I started seeing this person blossom. And it was very beautiful to see. And, you know, they started tapping into maybe, you know, exploring spirituality and stuff like that. And started doing, you know, positive things. But what happened, they got dragged down to the, you know, the deep end again. And, you know, where, you know, when you start doing good in your life, negative forces or negative people or toxic people come back in your life to try to pull you back in, so to speak, into the darkness. And, you know, and then what happened is that person started surrounding themselves with lower auric field people, lower vibrational people who were embracing their lower nature. And all that work that person did and have a glowing vibrational field dissipated. And then there was, last time I see them, it was like they were like a dim light in the darkness. And it was really sad to see, because they embraced all the negativity, so to speak, in their life. It wasn't all negative, but let's just face it, you surround yourself with negative people or people that encourage you to be in your lower nature, you're going to be going to your lower nature. Or if other people do unhealthy things, they're going to encourage you to do unhealthy things. You got to change your life. Guys, I'm looking at you guys today. You in the camera, if you're watching this, change your life. You're one thought away. Do something. And that is the biggest thing, cut all the toxic people. And before I end, I want to talk about this. When you awaken all your chakras inside you, when you start living a more spiritual-based life and more healthy life, positive thoughts and positive thinking, you connect to the divine within yourself and outside yourself, and the world becomes such a magical place. You know, we talk about cosmic energy, your crown. So like, when you awaken all your chakras, you tap into higher and higher and higher states of energy. And then that's why, you know, like certain people, they seem so divine, or they seem like so magical, because certain people are able to tap into the divineness within them. So tap into your divine self, my friends. I hope this was helpful for my friends. You know, like and share, guys. Please do. I wish you the best in your life. I really do, guys. So with that, God bless you.